right. What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another YouTube video. Today I'm going to have my oldest brother, Hector, on the channel. I'm going to be doing an interview of him. I did a Q&A on Instagram, and we got a lot of good questions. A lot of people want to know how he got started in the game and how we got to where we are now. So I hope you guys enjoy this video, but let's get to the first question. I'm gonna read them off. I do take notes, guys. I have to. I can't remember a lot of stuff. So these are all on paper. Let's start with the first one.
Let's go.
And we had two microphones, but I couldn't figure out the other one. That's why we're only using one. So I do apologize for that. We're nice and close to each other, but just it is what it is. Let's start with the first question. Okay. This one is one that, guys, it's such an often asked question. New machine or an SA200? What do you think?
Well, there's different point of views on this. It depends on your situation. If you're brand new and you're just starting out, and you really don't know if you like it, but you're not 100% sure that you're gonna stay in it and make it, I'd go with an SA200. Yeah, they're gonna leak more oil. You will never have to do an oil change on it because it just leaks so much. You got to put oil in it. But you're talking about $2,500, $3,000 to a brand new machine. Nowadays, they're probably what, 18,000.
18 grand. Yep.
18, and
20.
I've ran a lot of machines. None well like a 200. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna sugarcoat it. I run a Miller right now just because of all the stuff I can do with it. Reliability. That's a big reliability. I can have my machine sitting for 2 months and crank it up, and I know it's gonna weld. 200, yeah, you might tinker with it or not. But then again, you can go outside of AutoZone and rebuild the whole thing, pretty much.
Yep.
That's just until you figure out if you like it or not. And a lot of people, they're like, well, a new machine, it's going to weld for you. They get that misunderstanding. No machine's going to weld for you. A 200, if you learn how to weld with a 200, you will weld with any machine. I don't care what it is.
That's a thing. We've seen a lot of helpers, especially when we hopped on the Miller trend. Not trend. When we hopped onto the Miller machines, there's a lot of helpers or a lot of guys that didn't even know how to weld. They went and bought a Miller or a brand new machine, and they blamed it on the machine. And we're like, dude, it's not. How is it this brand new machine?
How is it the machine if you don't even know what the hell you're looking for?
Learn an SA200 will teach you how to weld. It will make you learn how to weld. There's no question about it.
The easiest way I describe it when they ask me, how do you like it? With a SA200, you got to learn how to weld with that machine. With these new machines that they have a lot more knobs and settings, you can make that machine weld how you like it. But how are you going to know what you like if you don't even know what the hell you're looking for? Yep. So that's my point of view on that.
I think even if you have the money to buy it, I think everybody should start with an SA200.
I'm the same way.
Even if you have the money, I think you should start with an SA200 because if there's somebody out there that says an SA200 does not teach you how to weld,
they're lying.
That's bullshit. That is a lie because you will learn how to weld, and it'll even help you.
You'll become a mechanic too.
You will. That's true. But you'll learn. It's like taking a bad fit almost. If that SA200, if the OCVs are if it's not perfect, it'll weld different. So once you know how to work that machine to make it weld, once you hop on a good machine, you'll know it. You'll be like, man, it's welding for me. And a lot of guys, they go and skip the SA200 phase, and they go right into the new machine, and it welds so good that they don't know what to do with that because they don't know how to weld.
Yeah, and then they say it's a machine.
Yep.
Honey boo boo, it ain't the machine.
It ain't the machine.
It's you.
All right. So next question. If that one didn't answer, the answer to that was SA200 for sure.
Yeah.
At least that's what we think.
Yeah.
Go buy one off Facebook Market, 500 to 35, whatever, depends on your budget. Start with an SA200. Okay, now this is another one. New truck or what would you recommend? What truck would you recommend?
If I was, let's say I'm breaking out right now, obviously a new truck, it's awesome, it's nice. Yeah, but a new truck right now comes with $1,200 to $1,500 note for what, 5, 6 years, 7, when you don't even know if you're gonna make it or not. Well, let's just say you did make it, okay? You turn out to be a pretty good welder, and you're starting in this, but you're just starting. You don't have, most of the time you ain't even gonna have a lot of money saved up because you're broke because you just bought all your equipment, tools, bell machines. My perfect thing, my ideal truck, and to the day, if mine breaks down right now and I won't buy a new one, I would go try to find a 7.3 power stroke, full drive. Those things, you cannot kill a 7.3. I mean, I ran one. I don't know if y'all remember it. It was a 99 single cab long bed. I had 2 injectors on it, not working. I ran it for like 3 months.
Yep.
And it just would not die. And one time I pulled up to a job site, put it in park, time to go, hit reverse, transmission went out. My helper at the time, Eric Keller, he was waiting for me at the gate, and he's like, "It's time to go. What are you doing?" I'm like, "My transmission's out, bud." But that's, and I say Ford 7.3. I don't say 5.9. The
Why?
Dodges.
Why?
Here's why. I will never buy a Dodge again. Period. I don't care what it is. Yeah, the 5.9's an awesome motor. Awesome. But hell, you'll replace front end. You'll replace transmission, your dash, AC, rear ends, turbos, everything before your motor blows up. That's up. No. And I don't care if it's a 5.9, a stick, automatic. I spent my Dodge. Some of you guys remember it. It was a 16 model with a 6.7, and it was an automatic.
I'll try and get some pictures, and I'll put that in the
about $30,000 in 6 months. 3 transmissions, turbos, head gaskets. I was like, no, sir, that's it. I got rid of it, and I won't buy another Dodge again. I'll buy a Gasser 6.0 Chevrolet or something before I go to a Dodge.
Okay.
That answers the new truck. Even if you can afford it and you're just starting to break out, don't do it. Don't get yourself in a bind.
Yeah, just be smart with your money. And I think that I'm the same way. A 7.3 is definitely over a 5.9. I wouldn't, a 5.9, even trying to find one right now for the right price, it's outrageous.
Yeah, they want like $30,000.
And they're all ragged out.
Your truck works.
Spray painted. And
yeah, right aligned.
All right. Okay. Sorry, guys. We had to take a little drink break. Little cheers. Shout out to Patron. You guys should sponsor us. Also,
I really don't know how the hell Red Bull don't sponsor me. Like, come on.
If you know Hector, you know Red Bull is his thing. So, next question, guys. Let's see my little handy dandy notebook. I'm feeling pretty good. I don't know about you. I'm
I'm buzzing.
I'm feeling pretty good.
Pretty good.
Man, this is awesome. This
is my first time doing a video, so y'all just.
Hey, we do have the girls behind the camera, and I don't know what the fuck they're laughing at, but they're back there just laughing at us. They're being our judges right now.
Come on.
But okay, here we go. What is the next question? How do you find work? Starting out, how do you find work?
How do you find work? This is a good one. This is a really good one because I get about, 50 to 100 messages a day. Do you know anybody hiring? Do you find work? And this is, I'm going to answer it to where when I was looking for work. At the time, like I said, I had been welding here in town, doing some water lines, and I had saved up a little bit of money. I, like everybody else, West Texas. I went out to Odessa, and I was out there a week. I already had a machine, my truck, and a couple tools. Now, I am aware that not everybody has this option or has the financial status to be able to go out there and spend a week and look for work. I'm just telling you how I did it. I went out there and I went through every single, right there on I-20, entering Midland and Odessa on each side. It's full of companies. And fracking companies, drilling companies, pipeline companies, everything. I went inside every single one of them for about 5 days, every day. I was there at 7 in the morning when they opened up. I wasn't there noon, 2 o'clock. No. I was there bright and early. Tried to dress as nice as I could, presentable, clean cut. Well, about the 5th day of me calling so many numbers, I just lost. One number called me back. And I ended up getting my first test, one of my first tests out there too, when I was ready starting. It was a bell and branch too, but it wasn't the best job ever. But I'm thankful because I got it. It was a contract job, you know how that goes. I had to supply everything. And here I am. I'm running low on money. I got $1,200 to my name. I got my wife back home that just had a kid. And here I am, 7 hours from the house.
How old were you at the time?
I was 22.
Well, do you think you need schooling, or who is schooling for?
That's that right there. Who is schooling for? Now let's start with this. For example, in my case, I had no welders in my family. I didn't know where to start. If you don't know where to start, if you don't have any contacts, if you don't know the minimum something about welding school, yes, that's if you have absolutely nothing. If you don't know no information, nothing. If you want to go and really, you're just gonna go mess up a lot of pipe and get the hang of it. And all those certs, well, I got my 6G and I got all this stuff. I'm gonna say this, and like I said, I'm not here to hurt anybody's feelings. If you show up to a job and you pull out them certs of I just graduated school and all that, 9 times out of 10, they're not gonna hire you. Those certs mean nothing. For every test, every company I work for, I have to do their welding test, their welding procedure, and meet the requirements they ask. Now, I'm going to say this example, and y'all judge based off of this. I went to welding school in Houston for 8 months. I spent thousands and thousands of dollars on it. They were teaching me how to go uphill, 718 and heliarc. I knew I wanted to be a pipeliner. I wanted to be on the pipeline, but I didn't know they welded downhill. So when I got out to my first job, I was like, welding uphill. They're like, what are you doing? I'm like, well, I'm welding. And I was like, well, I went to school. And they didn't fire me, but because they saw the work ethic I had and they liked it. So after 8 months of school and thousands of dollars, that Patron was getting to me, thousands of dollars out of my pocket because I didn't qualify for no financial aid of going to school. Hell, they didn't even teach me how to use a torch. And my brother helped me for about 8 months. In 8 months, I had them rigged out, ready to test, and knew how to weld to go out. I went to school for 8 months, and it still took me like a solid year to kind of like learn what I need to learn out in the field and what to do, what not to do. So to answer that question, what is the best thing? Obviously, personal, go be a welder's helper. Now, granted, from when I broke out to now, the schools now kind of got the hang of it, and they're like, okay, well, 90% of these guys, they don't want to go out and be a plant hand and work in a plant in Houston. Nothing against that, if you live in town and you make good money, by all means. But 90% of these guys, if you were to ask them, what do you want? Oh, I want to go on pipeline. I want to go and do this. That uphill 7018, heliarc and shit, throw that out the window. And I guess a lot of these new schools caught up to that, and they're teaching how to downhill. They're teaching you how to lay a branch out, a bell hole. I saw this school, I think it was, what was it? Julio Julio.
South Coast Welding Academy.
It was one of them. I can't
Or
remember.
SWA.
SWA.
SWA in Houston.
Yeah, in Houston. I saw that they had their students heliarching in a real life scenario, and I was like, huh.
Tight spaces, tight everything.
That's what you need, because if you're in a little booth with the little red cover, on the back to keep the sparks out, that is nothing compared to real life. And once you get out there, and if you've been doing that in school, real life scenarios like tight spaces, restricted, and legit scenarios, boy, let me tell you what, that's going to help you so much in school. And I started noticing that because I keep up with all the schools. I know what schools are good and what schools are not bad. And unfortunately, I'm not saying all of them are like this. A lot of schools are out there because the student qualifies for financial aid, and they could really give two damns if the kid learns how to weld or not. They're getting their money regardless. But there's some that, okay, he paid his money, the kid wants it, I'll give it to him. And they started doing a lot. I've seen on my Instagram feed, they're teaching them how to layer branch out, how to do a bell hole, how to weld up in scaffolds and tight spaces, all that stuff. To the schools that are doing that, my props to you, because if I get a student out in the field that just broke out and it's my welding partner, and it's, let's say he came from your school and he's been doing all that real life scenario, you'll be able to tell right away. Like, okay. And for the guys that got all their certs, 6G, 2G, I don't want to discourage you guys, but if you go out to a job and apply, do not even mention you just got out of welding school. Like, don't say it, because you probably won't get the job if you say you just got out of welding school. And there's nothing bad in that, but
you're putting a bigger target on your, this kid knows, he went to school. Let's see what he's got. You're putting more attention and focus to yourself by simply saying that you went to school. Don't even, just go out there and do
be
the
quiet.
Test. Yep. And show your skills. Yep.
And ask questions.
Guys, we appreciate you watching this video. I hope at least somebody got something out of it. We finished the whole bottle of Patron. I'm feeling pretty good right now. I don't know about Hector, but that's it for this video. Like, share, comment, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button.